Hey everyone, I'm Viraaj Punia, a junior at Tompkins, as Sudarshan said, and it's a great honor to be one of the distinguished speakers at this event. I'd like to thank the executive team for putting this all together. So, when I was first informed that I had to make a 10-minute speech about what footprints are and what they mean to my life, I was like, wait, what the heck do you mean by footprints? Like, that could be anything, right? But slowly and surely, the topic stuck in my brain and forced me to reflect. And that's when I realized that that is the beauty of the topic, footprints. That footprints can be anything. Footprints, in the end, are what you make of them. So I thought, okay, well, why not make a speech or speak expounding upon what footprints mean to me, and that can help my audience to think about that and reflect on what footprints mean in their lives. Now, I think there are 4 overarching aspects of footprints, and I will cover pretty much the different levels of footprints we all leave. So the first footprint we leave is a more global and collective footprint, and that's carbon footprint. On the news and online, I'm always reading and hearing about people advocating business development and fossil fuels and growth and all these uses of energy. But people don't realize that the effects of climate change are a pressing concern. And they will, depending on how we act today, that will decide how dire the consequences will be. Now, climate change is a big deal, and companies such as American Electric Power, Peabody Energy, or Koch Industries, they release over 150 million metric tons of carbon each year. That's crazy. And yeah, it seems hopeless and futile to combat. But as an individual, you can do so many little things, such as recycling, or saving energy, and applying solar panels. And this all adds up so that as a collective community, we can accomplish the big things, such as making laws that regulate business and protect the environment, supporting eco-friendly politicians, and switching to more renewable forms of energy. And people also don't realize that the first people to suffer from our carbon footprint will be the poor, the disenfranchised, and the indigenous peoples of our world. I hear that people are advocating the development of the Keystone and Dakota pipelines, but those pipelines will be built and constructed and maintained on the land of the Native Americans who own that land. And any oil spill or malfunction will directly affect their water supply. Imagine that, water, the most sacred and important ingredient of life, ruined by some big business and oil spill. But all this talk about protecting the environment brings up an important note. Business development and protecting the environment do not have to be mutually exclusive. Of course, there is a cost to pay, like increased regulations and expensive renewable energy, but we individually and as a nation should be willing to pay that cost. And there are so many countries that have demonstrated that that is a laudable objective to achieve. Countries like Denmark, France, the UK, and Belgium have all reduced carbon emissions, protected the environment, and maintained a stable economy with the development of renewable energy sources. So take a minute and reflect about the long and short-term consequences of our carbon footprint. Now, the next type of footprint we leave is more applicable today than ever before, and that is digital footprint. Now, hold on. Before you all groan and think this is another how to be safe online speech, I just want to talk about the legacy aspect of being online. Now, what we do online is visible to anyone, potentially, and even secrets or private information can come out. For example, in late 2016, the Democratic National Convention was hacked, and secure files were compromised. Some nasty stuff came out, like collusion between the media and campaigns, or conspiracy against other campaigns, and also personal information of donors. Now, this goes to show that no matter how safe you think you are with putting private and secure things online, things can always go south. So as I said before, your digital footprint could be potentially seen by anyone: teachers, parents, relatives, colleges, businesses. In fact, there are numerous instances where colleges surf through applicants' Facebook or Instagram profiles to finalize decisions. And employers, they make sure that a thorough online background check is part of their vetting process. And with so many different social channels to express oneself, it's so easy to inadvertently do something bad online. And your digital footprint doesn't have to be by you alone. It could be by a group, or a group of friends, or an organization, or a social media campaign. But the decision is ours to make, whether we want to leave an inspiring and creative online footprint, or whether we want to leave a malevolent and nasty one. Now, the next type of footprint is very frequent, like we do it all the time, and that is social footprint. Social footprint consists of our everyday physical interactions. How do you leave the people you interact with feeling after you've talked with them? Are you just another stranger, or do you leave them smiling and respectfully thinking about how you just talked to them? This is an important question to ask yourselves. Now, this social footprint, I think, is one of the most important footprints because we do it so often. And not only are you leaving a footprint on the person you talk to, but they're leaving a footprint on you. And that footprint could potentially create a chain reaction of positive footprints. If you're nice or kind to someone, or give someone something nice, they could be inspired by that and continue the chain to someone else. So in the end, I think that social footprint is one of the most important types of footprints because we do it so often, sometimes without even knowing it. Now, as an individual, I believe it's not only important to attain success, but the way you reach there is arguably more important. How you achieved your goals and reached success falls under your moral footprint. Whether you exploited others for personal gain or cheated your way to the top, the way you achieve your goals is very important. For example, The Wolf of Wall Street. We've all heard of the movie, but there actually was a real Wolf of Wall Street by the name of Jordan Belfort. Now, he became unimaginably rich from his company, but eventually his demons caught up with him, and he was imprisoned. He lost everything: his wealth, his reputation, his status. And that just goes to show that if you attain your success in a terrible way, it'll come back to bite you. And he's left a terrible moral footprint on our world. But on the other hand, genuine hard work can also go a very long way. Now, I have a bit of family history that illustrates this concept. After the partition of India in 1947, after independence, my maternal great-grandfather lost everything. He lost some relatives, his money, his social status, his sense of home, everything. And rather than stealing land or money or exploiting others to go back to where he was, he decided to leave a positive moral footprint on his family. Day after day, he would literally pour his sweat into his work on the fields. And eventually, he was able to achieve success and attain a successful farm for his family. And this has inspired my family as well. We still remember his work today. When my parents came to this country in 2001 as immigrants, they too did not have much to lean back on. In fact, they didn't even have jobs. They were just graduate students. But instead of cheating their way to a job and exploiting other people, they worked day in and day out and worked with real grit. And now we're proud of the social status we've attained. So all of these people leave an indelible mark on me, my future, and future generations, inspiring me to achieve my goals through work that is morally impeccable. And that is the type of footprint I think is immensely powerful. The type of footprint that people look at and say, wow, what an extraordinary person. So in the end, we should all be mindful of what we leave behind. Whether it be to one person, online, or a generation, or to the whole world, footprints are our legacies. I hope I was able to prompt you guys to introspect and reflect on what type of footprints you guys are leaving in your lives. And you might think, oh, I'm just one person out of 7 billion. How does it even matter? And what can I even do? But no, that's where it starts. If individually we're all mindful of what footprints we leave, collectively it can have a great generational impact. To be remembered as honest, just, inspiring leaders is a goal we can all get behind. So why not you? Why not all of us? Thank you.